warming themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? All right, first round. What's going to happen? Both sides looking for an opening. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Blocks the jump in. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Got their eye on the air. Big counter. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Had the radar up and running. Can't tech the throw? Big drive rush to keep it going. Comes crashing down on them with some Bushin beats. Oh, they can't ignore that super gauge gap. Both players all out of drive gauge. Oh, finishes with the throw. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Hits them with a stop and pop. Jump. Very solid corner switch. Gets out of the corner. They decide to hand charges forward. Time's the only thing moving here. Mexican typhoon. Going in. Jumps in. Brushes that off and keeps going. Oh, could be the start of something. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Burnout activates. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Buffs up. A super art. Thunderbird. And with Condor Wind stock, it's gonna deal even more damage. Went for the chip kill. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Tricky hidden variable. Oh, the throw connects. Fire coming through. Drops him hard. This can lead to some big damage. Oh, here we go. Raw super art incoming. Off for the freezing hop. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Hooks up. This is going to deal some big damage. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Dangerous range here. Betting it all on the drive rush. Solid anti-air. Vagabond edge connects. Tricky hidden variable. Take us. Sees the overhead coming. Off for the freezing hop. A reaction gone. Bob slams a bit. I can't believe they are done. Player 2 was definite.
Round 1. Fight.
Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. Bump hits them with a stop and pop. Gets a risky pumping. Burnout activates. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. They need to hold out. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. What are they thinking here? Both fighters have completely emptied out their drive gauge and are in burnout state. Not a lot of patience on show here today. Will they press the attack or wait and recover? This could be make or break. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Knockdown. The fighters are mad. Will this super art connect? Beats it up with a combo into super. Taking stock. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Decides to buff up while the Tomahawk Buster takes a trip. Grabs them. Both can end the round now, and the drive gauge disparity may come into play. Tags them and takes the W. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Slides and goes for the leg. Player 1 chases them down. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Risky upput swings forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. They're going for the super art. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Burnout activates. Knockout and big difference in life and super. Any mistake now will definitely end the round. Vagabond Edge connects. In there. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Decides not to rush in without a plan. The last round. It's now or never. Just goes for it at this range. The super doesn't hit. Jump meets them air to air. Reads the jump in perfectly. Oh my, the throw tech. Goes out of sight. Player 1 with a slight lead. Drive rush to keep it going. Dash. Just like Big Papa. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Impact counter. Oh, that's so sick. Both fighters can't use drive. No way. No signs of running up from out of the corner. Take a hit. It is over. Player 1 really had the fun.
Round 1. Fight.
The first round begins. No time to save that stuff. Crowns him from above. Hits him with a vagabond edge. Drive rush. Gets in their face. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? The low is denied. Both fighters have no meter. Who's going to make the first move? Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. Neither of them willing to back off here. Brushes off the impact. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Anything could happen here. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Oh, easy tech. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Closing moments of the match. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Pokes with a medium kick. Going on the offensive? The jump-in is denied. Goes for the super arm? The Thunderbird strikes true. Can they keep on? Player 1, Tomahawk Buster. Dashes forward. Very solid Tomahawk Buster. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Breaks the block with a throw. Just goes for it at this range. Goes end-to-end with a Breezing Hawk. Nice damage. Player 1 will need to use their meter here. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Are we going to see a comeback here? A quick breather. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner. Experiencing burnout. Catches out the cage right there. This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only going to wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. Player 1 can't use, and what a finish! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Round 1. Fight.
We're here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fist hit them with a stopping bomb? Player 1 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Taking stock. Player 2 is in a tight spot right now. Perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Hits them with a vagabond edge. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Bumps up. Player 2 was completely shut out in that last round. They really need to think about whether to press on with their current game plan or change up their playstyle a bit. Yeah, they're going for the super art. The Thunderbird strikes true. quick breather. The Condor Wind added a bit of juice to that attack. Player 2 needs the... Connects with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Gutsy, turning him inside out and throwing him into the spin cycle. Fire coming through. Player 2 has got to work some magic with his limited drive. Jumps. There's a burnout. Are they going to be able to come back and goes out of sight? Escape goes to the air. Okay, here we closes it out. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match.
Round 1. Fight.
We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Big counter. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Super meter is looking bare right now. Will they try to hang back to stock up or continue fighting? Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. Player 1 has the life advantage. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Halfway through the round now, expect to see both fighters take it to the next level. How will both competitors use this remaining time? Strings it all together. Taking stock. Will this super art connect? Their super art gauge is running on empty. That's going to be a big factor in how this match plays out. All right, what's coming up next? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very... That was a tough cross-up. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Oh! Brushes that off and keeps going. Vagabond and sends them flying. A quick breather. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here. Their will to win is really being tested. KO. Player 1 took nope.
Round 1. Fight.
Will we see our fighters fill each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? Trips him up. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Drive gauge finally recovers. Sees it coming and blocks it out. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. But experiencing burnout takes them all the way to the corner with that. Timely side switch. Burnout activates. That attack landed for a counter hit. The KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Big, low, reaching heavy. A little too greedy there. Scrapping it out up close. Big throws. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Player 2 will have burnout activates. Both fighters just goes for it at this range. Uses the gauge for a super art. Confirms the Bushin Ninja Star Slicer. The damage and attack boost off this will really tip things in their favor. Player 1, big time whip. What'll happen if a super art? Freezing hot! They're thinking of scoring big off this gauge use. Can they create an opportunity for them? Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. A jump in? This is gonna hurt. Closes it out. Player one brings it home.
Round one. Fight.
We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. There's a corner switch. Next up, player two in that dangerous burnout state. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Sticks the jump in. Long low attack hits. Gets the jump in. KO. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Decides to buff up while they can. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunity. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Jumps, hits them with a stop and bop. Plant experiencing burnout. Just goes for it at this range. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Not close enough for the throw. Side switch in the corner. Manages to block tomahawk buster. Knockdown and looking for a chance. Burnout activates. Solid anti-air. Slides and goes for the legs. Flatlines them. Player one brings it home.
Round one. Fight.
We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player two chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player two is just about out of drive after that. Knockdown. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Takes a trip. Throws him to negate the block. Experiencing burnout. Hits him with a vagabond edge. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Neither fighter can use their drive move. How will they close out the round? Went for the chip kill. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Buffs up. Who's going to start things off? Player one chases him down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player one will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be criticized. Mexican Typhoon! Knockdown and jumps up KO! Player two took no time to finish.
Round one. Fight.
So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? Puts one in the pocket. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Well-timed command throw there. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Player two with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. Player two can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Oh, burnout on both sides? How much damage can they add a little super juice into this combo for more damage? Lucian Beef assaults them from the air. Life lead opens up. Decides to buff up while they can. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Which one of these fighters has what it takes to close out this round? Perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. The jump in, it goes for the super art.
The Raging Typhoons connect. Round and round they go. They're in for one rough landing.
Player 1 is working with the best charges forward. The drive impact is denied. Lofts up. Gotta be careful not. This is gonna pay. Oh. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Back goes out of sight. Goes for it all, but just misses. Beautiful setup with that attack. Solid combo. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. The super armor does its job. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Knockdown. Well aware of the life in meters. Really good decision making. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Lands a punish counter for the first hit. Vagabond and sends them flying. A super art? Taking them up with the level 2 super, Thunderbird. Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Hits them with a Vagabond edge. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure. Are we gonna see a comeback here?
Takes their legs out.
Jumps up. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Okay, here we go. Closes with the throw. Hitting him with a smart stuff. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? The jump-in is denied. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Almost had it, but it gets blocked. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. They need to hold out. Big counter. Takes a trip. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. The jump-in is denied. Knockdown. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position force with a super art connect. The jump-in catches them. Burnout activates. Taking stock. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Experiencing burnout. Okay, creating some space here. They're both out of drive gauge. Will they press on or wait it out? Anything could happen here. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us charges forward. Player 2 chases them down. A quick breather. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player 2 KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Slides and goes for the leg. Always hits them with a stop and pop. Player baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Heats it up with a combo into super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. This may be it. Gets out of the corner. Burnout activates. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. barely blocks the jump in. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Breaks the block with a throw. In there. That's what happens when you capitalize on...
Round one. Fight.
So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. All right, what's coming up next? Burnout is triggered. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Can't tech the throw? I can't keep track of these corner switches. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Decides to buff up while they can. Grabs him. Life lead opens up. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how to get some. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Did well to get the buff in there. Hits him with a vagabond egg. Hits him with a stop and bop. And Condor uses the gauge for a super Thunderbird. And with Condor win stocks, it's going to deal even more damage. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout. Burnout activates. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Drops him hard. Knockdown and... Are we gonna see a comeback here? Overhead attack. Closes it out. Player 1 brings it home.
Round one. Fight.
We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Holds out with the block. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Go heavy for the win. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 1, just goes for it at this range. Going end to end with a breezing hawk. Nice damage. Experiencing burnout. Comes crashing down on them with some Bushin beats. Bushin beats assaults them from the air. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout. Very solid Tomahawk Buster. They're going for the super art. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Let's see play with the grab. Play tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Knockdown and eats it. KO. Player 1 brings it home.
Round one. Fight.
We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Solid combo. This is a huge chance to make a feel. Knockdown. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Jumps in. Flushes that off and keeps going. The fight is... And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Charges forward. Player Tomahawk Buster. There's a change of side. Gets out of the corner. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Still slugging it out at this range. Player 1, they're going for the super art. Comes crashing down on them with some Bushin beats. Wow, that's some big-time damage there. Experiencing burnout. Okay, here we go. Are we gonna see a comeback? Goes out of sight. Rushes in. The jump-in is denied. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this flatline zone. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Tricky hidden variable. The last round. It's now all the throw connects. Impact squash. This is gonna hurt. On fire. What? Experiencing burnout. Player 2 is in burnt. Goes out of sight. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Hugs nothing but air. Okay, here raw super art incoming. Snaggerborn edge connects. Turning it right up with a super. Ninja Star Cypher. Get ready to be plugged in for some new era ninjutsu. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They are done.
Kimberly.
I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.